Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Joshua and this is Rooftop. In today's workshop, we're going to be looking at Gond art. Now, I had previously done, a little bit of introduction about Gond art and we had done a couple of paintings as well. But in today's workshop, we'll be looking at a specific type of painting, the Gond peacock painting. So I had briefed you all on the history of it and the style and where it is from. For those of you who haven't seen it, you can have a look at the video in our profile. But now let's start with this workshop. Okay. So I have the reference here on the left side of the video. And we can start off with the drawing first. Hold on. Okay. Wow. Okay. So now we'll start off with the peacock. Now, if I look at the reference, right, we can see that the peacock, its head is sort of circular. So what I will do is, this is the top of my paper and this is the bottom. So I will start by just marking out where I want the head to be at. So say I want it around here, like that, and then the base would be somewhere around this low. Okay, and then I will start by drawing the head. So for the head, I will start off by drawing a circle like this. And it's not very visible right now, but I'll just darken it for you. So I'll make it sort of oval. Okay, that should be better. Okay, and then we can draw the beak downwards. Like that. And then the neck would start from here. It would come about this far inside, and then the most outer part will come somewhere around here, like this, you could say, somewhere around there. So I'm just marking it out before I start with the final drawing. Now very lightly I'll start adding these over here. I'll start very roughly drawing out the body, like that, and then I can flatten this part out. I think this is a little too low. I think this much should be fine. And then I'll do it for the neck also. So I'll take it upwards like that, connect it here, and then now see, it starts thin and then goes thick. So I'll start thin and then go a little out like that, and then bring it down. Just like that. So I'm going to draw the other peacock as well, in a very light manner first, because I don't want to darken anything just yet, in case I want to make some changes later on. So very lightly I'll draw this here, almost the same size as this head. And then maybe for the front of the head I can just place this down and then draw the beak like that. And from here, now if we see the body of the peacock, which is right beside its head, comes around, say, this far out, and the bottom part at the back comes about this low. So now that we've marked where we want each of this part to sort of be at, we can then start very roughly marking it out. And see, behind the neck as well, it comes around just about like 2 centimeters behind. And then I can connect this. I'll take this a little higher and then connect it just like that, and then take it up right about there, and then from here it will come out somewhere until there, and at the bottom we'll have this much of a gap between the bottom line, and then the same thing here, this will come out. So it has a very circular motion to it, but of course it's not a proper circle, but it has those curves that a circle would have to offer, that smooth roundedness. Okay, so now I'm still doing it in a very light manner. I haven't finalized anything, so let me just show you a little better on what I've done so far. Alright, and now I will mark this area here and start bringing it down. See, we'll go for long strokes. That's what really gives those nice clean lines, or those smooth lines that we see in the paintings. So these are about the same height, so say about here. I think my paper is blending in a bit with the background. So what I will do is I'll just take my board here, so that you can see it better. Yeah, so now there's a clear differentiation. So from here, it's a bit bent. Okay. Now from this side, I will take this, I'll curve it inwards a little bit and then connect it to the line here. And then the same thing this side, I'll thicken it out and bring it down, just like that. Wait, let me just adjust this. Oh, I was muted. Okay, I didn't know I was still muted. But okay, now we can continue with this. So I'll be using very long strokes like this. Same thing with this side as well. And don't try to do it in just, one stroke. Go over it a couple of times. If you just do it in one stroke, right, it will look very plain. It will look very overly balanced. Okay, so we have this down. Now what I can do is I can add the branches over here. So go over it 2-3 times. Okay, and then here we have the eyes. So the eye also will be like an almond shape. I'll just put 2 dots for the eyes and then connect them. Yeah, like that. And then over here as well we can draw these branch type shapes here. We have one, here we have another. And then another one here. And this side as well. So we have our drawing ready now. Now instead of paints today, I will be using some brush pens. Okay, so now we can start with the drawing part. But before I do that, I will just very lightly erase all of this, just so that it doesn't, disturb the coloring process. So it is still visible, it's just a little lighter. This can be easily done with a kneaded eraser, but if you don't have, clay eraser or a kneaded eraser, then you can use a normal one. Just keep it flat and do exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so let me show you how much is seen. So there you can see the drawing is still seen, just very light. There you go, like that. Okay, now I'll take my blue brush pen and I can start by giving this an outline like that. Let's be a little bit careful here. What I would suggest is going all around the edges first. Or you can just start by giving it an outline entirely. Like that. And here also. If you make a mistake and you go inwards or towards the center of the drawing, it's okay, but if you go out, it will be a little difficult to, make some adjustments. Like that. Same thing here. Let's go for these long strokes. Just like that. Now if you want, you can paint it as well. You can use acrylic paints or watercolor paints or maybe poster or gouache, whichever medium you're comfortable with. But for now I'm using the brush pens. I think I've been doing a lot of acrylic painting, so I thought why not do it in a different medium so you can see how it turns out. Like that. Okay, and then these get an outline. Same thing here. And the brush pen will really test your pressure control. whether you have good pressure control or not. Pressure control is, now if I were to put a lot of pressure here, you can see how thick the line came. But if I use less pressure, you can see how thin it is. So sometimes it is good to use more pressure. Sometimes when you use less pressure, you get different variations of lines or different intensities, or in simple words, different thicknesses of lines. And when you add that difference in intensity or line thickness, your drawing becomes, a lot more visually appealing to look at. Okay, so I think I'm done with the blue here. I can just start with can do these areas here. Can you guys hear the music at the back? Is it too loud? Is it too low? Or is it just good? And maybe how is the song? You can let me know if you want me to play something else for the next workshops. Yeah, the music should be audible to you. Okay, now I will take my red color. I have some red color here. These are more of sketch pens, so it's close enough, you could say, to the brush pen. Like that. I'll do the outline first. Okay, now this we'll try to do in one stroke, but as much as you can. Like that. Same thing here. Some people might be more comfortable from left to right, some might be comfortable from right to left, or some might want to switch, depending on your situation. Like with this one, I was more comfortable with right to left, but when it came to doing the outer line, I was more comfortable going from left to right. I think I reversed that. Like that. Okay, now I can start coloring this. So if you saw the workshop in the morning, we had a basics of sketching workshop. So those of you who missed it, you can have a look at it after this workshop, where I go over the basics of sketching, and in that I speak about this technique called hatching, which is what I'm using here. It's not just limited to pencil. So instead of going, just like scribbling like that, if I do all the strokes in one direction, it will have a much neater look. So over here, I've done it in a slightly random-ish manner, but when I show you this one, you'll get to see the difference. So like this, we'll do one stroke only. Now this marker has, just one tip to it. So it's only a round tip. Some markers have a round tip like this and a flat tip as well. So if you have a flat tip pen or marker, you can use that one also. Now in order to cover a larger area more easily, I'm using my marker in a very slanting manner. Like that. You see how much smoother it is, or how much cleaner it looks? But of course, there will be some areas where you might need to go over again. Now if you're confident enough with this, then you can go at a slightly faster pace over here. Now this side, since it is small, I'm just going to zigzag my way through it like that. And then here, you can start adding these gold patterns to the tail. There you go, like that. Okay, now what I can do is I can take another color here. Now I will take a bit of orange color, maybe a little bit of yellow. I think we can go with orange for the beak. I like to keep my art stuff in a bag. A box sometimes just tends to take up a little too much space, whereas a bag is a lot more easily movable. There you go, like that. But now I want to test out something. So I have these two pens here. I have a marker and I have a normal gel pen. So you can use whatever you have at home. You don't have to use a marker, you don't have to use a gel pen. If you maybe want to paint this part which I'm about to do, you're free to do that as well. But what I will be showing you are just different patterns and different techniques maybe. So let me try with this marker first. I think this marker is good enough. Yeah, just like that. Same thing here. Like that. Now I will have to outline this again. So I'll start from here. Now I'll take my time with it when I'm drawing the outline, but I won't be too quick with it or too slow. Just at a pace I am confident in. Same thing with this side. Yeah. Okay. Now that we have this ready, what I can do is I can start with the designs now on the inside. So right about here I have I can use black color for this. And then I'll start drawing this ripple like design or pattern. Same thing here. Then here I can just add an outline like that. So now we can see it start to really take shape. That. And then here as well. So I'll do 5 lines for each design. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'll start with the next one. Okay, yeah, I will zoom in. Thank you for letting me know. As in my previous workshops as well, I do zoom into. Let me see. Is that better? Bridge. Okay, I hope that is better. Let me know if you want me to, change any part of it. Okay. Okay, great. And I'll do this area as well. Here to here. And then here to this area. Like that. Now within this one, I'm leaving it empty. So now see over here we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then now choosing any of these 2 points over here. Now say if I start from here, then I'll do again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I can start maybe from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you change directions with it. Don't just make them all in the same direction. Like that. And from the middle I can start 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. The leaves I will be doing once I'm done with this part. Excuse me. Yeah, so once I'm done with the interior, then I will start with the leaves outside. Like that. And then we have one last portion over here. So over here I can just do maybe 3 to 4, and the same thing on this side. So even if you don't have space, right, still do it in that direction. the same thing here. So we'll do it all the way till there. See, wherever it ends, right, there will always be a V shape. So I'm searching for that V shape, and then I'm starting from the inside of that. Same thing here, like there's a V shape there. Now here on this side there is a bit of a V shape, so it's down and straight. So over here I will start going in the direction that has space. Like that. You can give this also an outline. Now we won't be giving an outline for the blue as it is already dark, but since this red is pretty light, we'll give it an outline. And see where I'm holding the pen from. I'm not holding it from here, I'm holding it from the middle. That way it's a lot easier to, make big lines like this. Same thing this side. Like that. Now this side I will leave it for later on, since I will be using white color over there. So I'm not going to really focus on it right now. Now what I can do is I can do this area over here. So just the way I did this head, I will add this as well. It will be very subtle, but since it is there, we need to do it. Now for the beak also, take it down this way, draw a line down the center, and then draw the up arrow type pattern. Then I'll start with this. Like that. Then we can keep adding on to this. So I'll try to let it, face the direction the neck is going. So now since the neck is going down, I'll keep the direction as closest as I can keep to it going down. Like that. And if you look at this side, you see how uniform this red color looks. And if you look at this blue, you have some dark patches here, some dark patches there, some dark patches here. So over here I done all of the lines in one stroke, but here I made it very random. So that's why you get a different variation. Okay. And the same thing here. Leave that gap. And then this part also. So if you see, Gond art has a lot of pattern based drawings. So all of their drawings or paintings or motifs, they all have, patterns in them, which really creates a style of its own, like that. There until here. Do you want me to make the music a little louder? Okay, now this one will have what kind of paper is best for Gond painting. So anything that is, a little bit thick. So this paper is a little thick. So if you look at this, you see how it's not folding very easily? It's sort of like card. So if you can get maybe like a 200 GSM, that would be good. So if you look at this book here, it's a drawing book, a pretty thick one. But this one is 300 GSM. So instead of 300, if you can find maybe 200 or 220 or maybe even 180, that should be good enough. So the more or the higher the GSM is, so it's 300 grams per, I'm not sure if it's per meter or per centimeter, but the higher it is, the more thicker it is. So if you can get maybe 200 GSM or 220, that also would be good or good enough. But if you take like Xerox papers or work with that, it will ruin your paper. The paint will ruin your paper. So it's not specific to just Gond painting, but any sort of painting that you do, always use a slightly thicker paper, so that once you're done painting, your paper is not all wrinkled up and blotted. Over there, and then over here also. Like that. You can give an outline to these branches that are sticking out. Not to the pattern, only to the branches here. This side as well. Yeah. Okay, just 1 second, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so now we are done with the patterns with these patterns over here. Now we can start with, let me adjust the camera. We can zoom out for now. Yeah. Okay. Now we will do the base over here. So this would be going up like that. Take that down, and this one until there. And draw a line like that. And from here, we'll imagine as if this entire part is folded. Draw this part like that, and then over here I will add these lines. Same thing here. Like that. And then inside of this I will add these lines here. You can be a little rough with it. So while I'm moving my pen, I'm just tapping it down. I'm not trying to draw one line like this. I'm just moving my hand and I'm tapping it down. Loving the music and the artwork. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the ambiance. I don't know why I said that. But I'm glad you're enjoying it though. I was thinking whether the music was good enough or maybe I need to switch it up a bit. No. You're welcome, Mary. I hope that answered your question. Okay, now over here, when we draw a leaf, we'll split it and then we'll draw this arrow type. Oh, let me zoom in. My bad. Yeah. So now when I'm drawing the leaf, I'm not going to make it exactly as the way the original painting is. I'll make a few adjustments and make it my way. Same thing here. Divide this in half. Oh, I forgot which direction. Upwards. It is supposed to be upwards. My bad. So it's supposed to be like this. Divide it in half and then upwards like this. And then over here, upwards like that. When I say upwards, I mean this line that I'm currently drawing, that one. So where are you guys from, and is this your first time having a look at our workshop, or have you previously watched some videos as well, whether it was live or not live? Like that. And we can change directions also of the leaf. So see, now it's coming this way, right? I can make one go slightly to the right side as well. Maybe I can make one going slightly to the left also. So you can add that variation to your drawing, so that way it doesn't become too stiff or too boring. Now normally these paintings, they take a couple of days to do it. But here in our workshop we show you how we can simplify it and make our own paintings in these styles, which is why we limit our workshops to maybe about 2 hours max. There has been one workshop which has gone over that time, and I would say it was one of my favorite workshops. On Saturday we did the part 2 of it, since we weren't able to finish it in one session. I had to break it down into 2 videos. like that. So if I zoom out a little bit, you can see how the leaves are starting to take shape over here. So why don't you guys tell me where you all are from? Like we have Mary, we have Bridge. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Bridge, yeah, Bridge Bala. Where are you guys from? Are you guys watching from work or are you watching from home? I am based in Bombay, because the studio that I am in right now, we are based in Mumbai. So it's Joshua going live from Mumbai. That, and we can start making the leaves a little bigger as we go out of this small space here. You can start making the leaves much bigger. Like that. And from here also we can start going out. What I can do is all these tight spots that are there, right? I'll just place leaves in here first. Then it will be a lot easier to start to actually branch out. Like that. So I'll just start placing them all towards these branches, or from where these branches coincide, and then I can also Mary, if you are still there. When you buy paper, right, for drawing, do not go for any fancy or expensive brands. You can take any local one also, as long as the paper is thick. That's all that matters. The brand for now does not matter. So there's no need to, like waste your money. And for whoever is watching, not just for the one who asked the question. It's just the type of paper you need, not the brand of paper. And even when it comes to paints, you don't need to buy anything too fancy. There is one brand which I think we all know when it comes to paints. I can't mention the name, but assuming you understand. You get them at very affordable prices, and they're pretty good quality as well. Because if you go for the expensive ones, say for like acrylic paints, so the price of one tube, you could get an entire set. No, sorry, not entire set. For the price of one tube of paint, you could get like 3 different colors also. I'll just do this part. Oh, sorry, I went out of the screen. In case I move the paper out of the screen, just let me know so I can pull it back in. Because what happens is sometimes I get so focused on the drawing that I don't realize that I've pulled the paper towards me and you all can no longer see it. So why don't you guys tell me, some of your hobbies maybe. Besides drawing, is there anything else that you may do, that you may be doing? like that. Okay, now what I will do is, let me see if I have a white color with me. No, I don't. But I have a white color marker, but it's a little too thick. So what I'll do is, this part I will paint it. I don't think I need my palette. I'll take white color paint. Okay, maybe I might need my palette. So I'll just bring it back. I will put a little bit of paint here. That should be more than enough. If you can barely see it, then that is how much paint you need. Okay, now I will take this paint, I will mix it up a little bit. I don't want it to be too thick. I can start putting dots with where each pattern has started. I'm not putting it at random spots. Where each pattern starts, that V shape I had mentioned earlier, only there will I put all of this. Oh, it's all water only that came out. How odd. I'll just quickly do this part. Then here. Okay, I'll take this again and then see wherever these patterns start, right? Only there will I be putting these white dots. So when you put these white dots down, we'll try to be careful that we don't smudge it off with our hand when we're painting another area. like that. And now I'll just mix this properly. There seems to be a bit of water left unmixed. Okay, now over here, oh, careful of your hand. I will add these white lines here. Yeah, there you go, like that. So while you're moving your hand, just keep tapping it downwards. This doesn't seem to be becoming dark enough for some reason. You'll have to keep taking paint. Yeah, like that. And then this area also. Like that. And then the same thing with this area here. Here it should be pretty bright enough. Yeah. And then here. You can give it some, curve to it also. Like that. And then at the bottom as well. Same thing this side here. It would have been much better with a pen, but it's okay. We can, adapt. So there you go. Let me just keep it here. So here we can see how we have done the patterns and the leaves So this part turned out to be a little too small. I think I could have made it a bit bigger, like around this size. But now you can adjust it accordingly with your drawing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that workshop, and we have our workshops every day at 12:30 and at 5:30. So if you'd like some more information about Rooftop and what we do, you can have a look at our website or you can download our app. And we also have a WhatsApp group where I interact with the audience. I give like daily challenges, and we all just share our artworks, and it's a lovely community. So if you're interested, you can look at the link in the description and join us. So thank you so much for joining me in this workshop, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.